Hi everybody, it's Snook. Today I'm going to read a weekend free write that I did last weekend. It's part of the old Steemhouse home storyline that a bunch of us are doing. So I hope you enjoy it, and it kind of leads into Sim Girl's post that she made a D sound. She made a song, and it's really cool, and it goes along with her story. And she had asked me to read that for her, so I'll be doing that next. So this story actually brings up the reason why she wrote a song. So I'm gonna, hopefully this doesn't fall off. Okay, it's late, but it's quiet, so I'm gonna try to get this done. Wish me luck. So, the old Steemhouse home, part 2, question mark. Part 1. Michael sat down in the middle of the road and began to cry tears of joy at the sight before him. The air was filled with soft, soft light that pulsed around him, glowing, yellow, pink, and green. It smelled like the earth on a day after the rains in the spring, a day that gave you hope for new beginnings. Why he was the one to be able to see this, he hadn't a clue. His day had started out like any other, and he was just like any other, or so he had thought. But people were walking around him now like he wasn't there. Couldn't they see it? This fantastic sight that all but blinded him? How could this be? He thought as he tried to look around, but not take his eyes off of what was in front of him. It seemed to be waiting for him to come to terms with what he was seeing. There was no pressure, just all-out calmness in the field around him. He slowly reached a hand outward with his palm down, not knowing what to expect, but afraid it would soon be gone. That was not something he wanted to think about so slowly. Part 2. I can't help but laugh as I continue to feed the invisible fish that someone else wants to have for his dinner, thought Michael. What a crazy trip it has been from this morning to now, to be dragged into a world that Dr. Seuss would only dream of. The fanciful tales that happen now were something that still keeps him in wonder. Today, of all days, it was good that he had found the invisible fish, so Omra's sky had something to make his saber from. When on his search for more information that day, Michael had found in the paper someone asking if they had any invisible fish, to please bring it to the old Steemhouse home. He had thought, how can you catch invisible things? But little did he know his world that day had changed forever, and now to just get those fish back to the home. He talked to them, and they all seemed willing to go along for the ride. The last few years, their shoal had been dwindling, as more and more decided they tasted more than fine. Not a good thing when you're a fish. So taking up the newfound container in the shape of a toaster? Part 3. The bill she forgot to pay lay in front of Omra's sky as he swore to the high heavens. Now what was he going to do? He was so close. The man was coming with the invisible fish, and now he might not be able to feed them. It was the bargain he had made with the man in order to get the scales he needed to make his saber. He had promised the man that it wouldn't harm the fish in the least which was the truth, or Snook would have his head. Very true. So off he went in search of Brisby to ask her to fly to the electric company so they didn't lose power and the plan could still go on. Now that she had turned, her and her purple squirrels were irreplaceable in the whole shebang. Then off to Sim Girl to have her make some music to keep the fish calm and happy while they were here. The plan, though always changing, was coming together in ways one just never knew, but they had been trained by the best, the god Marion West. And the next story I'll be reading is tomorrow, or the next day, because I have a little bit more learning to do on the editing program I have, so we'll see how it goes. It's the one that Sim Girl picked up about her writing the song for the fish. It's a lot of fun. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Bye.